Good morning, friends. I, Professor Y.M. Harde. Today, we have discussed basic elements of drawing and engineering graphics. In that, we studied types of lines and types of dimensions. So, let's start. Let's first start types of lines. First line is continuous thick line. So we were all known that continuous thick lines is used for visible outlines and edges. It is used in plans for building plans, mm, uh, drawing, instrument drawings. Then designer use for this to for R&D purpose. So first is a continuous thick line. Next is a continuous thin line. So continuous thin line, the figure shows continuous thin lines. So it is used for projection, dimensioning, leader lines, hatching lines, and short center lines. Basically, continuous thin line is used in dimensions. So dimensioning means each parts after designing having dimensioning parts. So next next lines, sorry, continuous thin lines is used for hatching. Hatching means for sectional views cutting with in hatching sections and which is used for show the cutting section of objects. Next next is a continuous thin or straight line with zigzags. So it is used for limit of partial or interpreted views than section if the limit is not an axis. Basically it is used in mapping. So mapping, so let's for example in Nasik to Mumbai having distance 250 kilometers. So with the help of that continuous straight line we can show the distance between two lines. Next line is a dash thin line. So dash thin line is called also hidden line. It is used for hidden outlines and edges, which is useful for show the hidden parts of an objects. Next, chain thin lines. So chain thin lines, it is used for center lines or show the symmetry of an lines. Next lines is chain thin double dash line, which is used for ghost outlines and bends. So basically it is used for show the outlines for bend. Next, continuous thin irregular line, which is not in your syllabus, but it is used to limit to an interpreted view when the axis is not present. Next, chain thick lines or changing direction. It is used for cutting planes. So basically, it is called cutting plane lines. So it is used in cut the sections. So next part is dimension. Next part is dimensions. So dimensions having following types. So first is with the help of small arrow, the small gap between leader line drawing. Next, short extension leader line, dimensions lines. So note the positions, give the position with each of the lines. So dimensioning, these are the continuous dimensions. So let's see the figure. This is a dimension continuous dimension line. So notice that about drawing that a larger dimension is placed on the outside of the smaller dimension. Where there is a limited space for dimensioning, the dimension can be placed above or in line. The extension of one of the dimension line is 3 mm, other is 50 mm. So it is also important when dimension is not included but the unit of measurements. So it can be seen about drawing in the unit of measurement, all unit in mm. Next is a sectional drawing which is shown a possibility for diameter. So diameter can be shown with the help of 565, 535, 541, 555. So if the section has a square, then also show the with the help of square. So dimensions methods. So dimension methods is parallel dimensioning. So the figure shows parallel dimensions. Parallel dimension shows taken into the common datum. Next is a chain dimensions. Chain dimensions should only be used where the accumulation of tolerance will be not affect the parts. So next, radii. So radii should be dimensioned by the dimensions lines or in the center of arc, or dimension line should be have arrowhead with that touches the arcs. So symbol of r is placed in the front of angular dimensions. So angular dimensions as shown in figure. So in this way we can give the dimensioning techniques. So thank you.